your job.
Put the gun down before you kill someone.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newlydeads.
Yes.
Thank you again for tuning in to watch us. This is a half-hour chat show where we have watched a movie and we are going to discuss said movie with you fine folks. If you are listening to this on probably Spotify or any sort of podcast place of your choice, thank you for that. This is a visual show, though, so we highly recommend you checking us out. And you can find us at thenewlydeads.com. For all of your Newlydeads needs. On that site, we not only have the links to all of the places where this show is airing, but we also do several different things. So we have a blog that we do. Joel writes reviews on there for different movies. Some of them are like this show, right? Do you do the show, or is it all like non-related?
Nope, it's both.
That's what I thought. I didn't want to misspoke.
There and my Letterboxd account as well.
Yes, he also has a Letterboxd account, so you can check him out on there. And then I do small business reviews. I just did one on Sunday that was a fresh review for Serendipity. If you have a local or small business that you'd like me to review, go ahead and email me at contact@thenewlydeads.com also. So that way I can check you out and review your business and spread the word, because that's what we're all about, is community and spreading the love.
Grassroots, baby.
Grassroots, especially during this holiday season. Although this holiday season's probably over.
It's over by the time this airs.
But if you're talking about like the 12 days of Christmas, technically it starts on like Christmas and then it doesn't end until the 6th of January or something like that. So it's like right before Christmas and just keeps on keeping on, whatever the 12 days of Christmas is.
And then there's Boxing Day and all kinds of stuff.
And it just keeps on going. And then, it goes into Halloween, and then we just go to
never end.
all that fun stuff. But we are not here to discuss any of that. We're here to talk about a movie that we watched. This week, we watched a movie called Lake Fear 3. We have not watched Lake 1 or Lake Fear 1 or Lake Fear 2. We just went straight into Lake Fear 3.
That's all I had at the Dollar Tree.
Probably a mistake. We probably should have watched the other ones, but maybe not. maybe not. Let me go ahead and read the synopsis.
What's the criteria?
Oh, yeah. Especially if this is your first time watching. We do record in our house, or listening, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see dogs sometimes because, we love dogs and we've got 2 of them that like to pop up and, every so often. Right now, Bailey is sleeping over there. So hopefully he stays like that, because sometimes he gets a little surly. Shaggy does wander around. You probably saw him shaking his little booty, across the screen there. But yeah, so we record in our house, and we do have some criteria for the movie. That's where I was headed. So there's 3 things. The first is it needs to be under $5. It needs to be a horror, thriller, or sci-fi genre movie. And it needs to be a movie that neither of us have ever viewed before.
We've never seen this one.
For sure. We have never seen Lake Fear 3.
Not 1 or 2?
Not 1, 2,
We've seen 3 now.
Is there more than that? I really
No.
not.
Although they left this open for a sequel at the end. But there's not a 4 as of yet. It could happen.
We'll see.
We shall see.
I had high hopes because I like the synopsis, and I'm going to go ahead and read it now if you're all right with that.
Get to it.
All right. A demonic evil is unleashed following a man named Remington, who recently escaped its deadly clutches. Trying to evade this relentless demon, Remington hides out in a bar with 2 women in search of a missing person and a failing host of a paranormal-themed TV show. It becomes a battle. It becomes a battle for survival as the evil spirit releases its wrath, hell-bent on collecting the souls of these 3 new victims. The group must band together to bring an end to this evil once and for all. this has nothing to do with the movie. The front of it, front cover, nothing at all.
No, and when you pop the DVD into the player, the first thing you see is it looks like the Slipmouth Woman, if you're familiar with J-horror at all or any of the urban legends from Japanese folklore. It looks a lot like that, and then you're like, oh, okay. And you get into the movie, and we'll get to the rest of that here in a minute.
Yeah, I took notes.
I know. She took analog notes.
I didn't draw anything, but I took analog notes, yes, as he likes to say. He took digital notes and he printed them out.
That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
That way, at the end of the year, you can put them into a flip book.
Yes.
And people can check them out.
Yes.
On our website that was mentioned before.
Aforementioned website.
Aforementioned.
Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is we're going to watch the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it will be a fun trailer because, this was a doozy of a movie to watch. Probably some farts in there, I'm guessing, but we'll see. He likes to play around with trailers sometimes. And the trailer is Baby New Year, because it's probably New Year when you're watching this. So, Baby New Year, I'm waving at you. High five.
That's not going to happen.
I want it to happen so bad.
It is not going to happen. You're going to be high five in the air.
Or I'll be smacking the baby in the face or something like that. Yeah.
Happen,
anyways, we will be right back.
They've been doing this for quite some time. It all started when I got sucked into their world. I got tired of fighting. Now they're following me.
Hi.
And we're back. And now there's dogs. Imagine that. Dogs galore. Dogs everywhere.
It's weird how that happens.
Yeah. So, what you got there?
Oh, yeah, I got notes.
Spanky?
Sorry. Glad you should say that. That's a high school thing. Bailey decided to join me. So, in the midst of that, I forgot to grab my notes. So, when we watch a movie, I take notes. That way we kind of have a guideline, plus random thoughts and things for you to check out at the end of the year. And I draw pictures. And at this point, Mr. Newlydead will take a look and go,
I am in the weeds. A jaw. It's just literally a jaw with a tongue and some teeth. And then, glowy eyes, 311 Lincoln Park. Is that what that says?
Because we were talking about, we'll get to that. But, I one of the things that Mrs. Newlydead noticed that I like to draw for some reason is jawless skeletons and or zombies, things like that. I don't know why. Just a thing.
You found the jaw.
For a long time. So I was like, I'm just going to draw the jaw this time.
The bottom jaw.
Instead of the head, I'm drawing the jaw.
Yeah.
I always draw.
Just the bottom.
Bust.
Yeah.
So, so like I said, there could be a part 4. Lake Fear's part 3 was made in 2018. I believe Lake Fear 1, as I was researching all the notes here, was in 2016, I think.
So every 3 years, it rears its
then there would
ugly
be part
head.
2.
Oh, right.
And then part 3. So there's still a chance. But the guy that directed this did not have anything to do with part 2. So from what I can tell. Anyway, as From 2018, currently sitting at 2.5 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database.
Wow.
This was directed by Michael Crum with no B, C-R-U-M, who directed, like I said, Lake Fear. A movie called Anna, which is a haunted doll movie, which if I show you the artwork for it, I mean, you'll see it right here, but when I show you the artwork for it, if you see it, you'll be like, what is that? Anna 2, the sequel.
Okay.
To Anna. A movie called Mold, which is every homeowner's worst nightmare. And something called Bad Folks, which might be like bad parents or something like
Just
that.
bad people.
Just bad folks. This was written by Gerald Crumb, who I assume is Michael's brother, perhaps.
Or partner.
Partner,
Could be.
cousin,
Kin.
kith and kin, who knows. But he also wrote Lake Fear, the first one, Anna 2, Mold, Bad Folks, and something called People in the Walls.
People in the Walls.
Which sounds like the sequel to People Under the Stairs, which you've not seen Wes Craven's People Under the Stairs. It's weird. I saw it in the theater and left the theater going,
weird.
What did I just watch? I liked it, but it was...
It's a Stephen King book, isn't it? No? Why was I thinking that was a Stephen King book? I don't know.
I don't know. I'll put something up here if I find out it was written by somebody interested.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
But it was a Wes Craven joint.
It's been a day.
It has been a day. So this stars one Caitlin E. Newberry, which is a fantastic name, who was in something called Berserkers.
Ooh.
I
want to sing the song now.
Yeah, if you've seen Clerks, you know where we're going. Something called Rhyme Slayer, which sounds like a hip-hop slasher movie, which could be a sub-genre. And something called Mock and Roll.
Mock and Roll?
Yeah, I assume like a mock, like, Spinal Tap was a mockumentary. Maybe it's like about a fake band or something.
I want to say mock. Yeah.
Sing.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
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 This also stars Shannon Snedden, who I threw her in at the last minute because she was the blonde girl in the movie.
Oh.
She seemed to be kind of a major character.
Kinda.
She was in something called Trunkfish. She was one of the characters that was in the first Lake Fear, which, as we were doing a little bit of research while watching the film, we're pretty sure that this is a Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 scenario where they recycled a chunk of the footage from the first film to make the second or the third film, from what I can tell. She was in
The Room, where he just recycles it in the same movie.
I mean, it could be the Ouija Experiment 2, Theater of Death. Super long title. Took up all the rest of the line, so I didn't have room for anything else. This also stars Joshua Winch, who I believe was the main character. Remington, who was in Lake Fear.
Did they even say his name in it?
Yeah.
They did say it?
Yeah.
I don't remember them ever saying, hey there, Remington.
Yeah, he came up at some point. But I didn't put that he was in Lake Fear down here, but he was in the first one. He was also in something called Sex Machine, not to be confused with the Tom Savini character from Dusk Till Dawn. He was in The Tale of the Voodoo Prostitutes, which sounds like a movie we probably should review at some point.
Sure.
And something called Street Creatures. Sounds like a bad 90s cartoon.
It does. And
finally, R. Stephen Blake is the final person we're going to talk about, who was in Manson, Summer of Blood. Fall of Grace, not Fall from Grace, but the Fall of Grace. So I guess Grace is just
falling down everywhere.
Tripping.
And she can't get up.
And Allegiance of Powers, which came up a lot. And I have a feeling that if I remember right, the Crumb brothers or Crumb siblings or the Crumb whatevers had something to do with that one too. The Crumb Bums.
The Crumb Bums.
So at this point, my wife turns to me and says,
what did you think?
That was a big sigh. And now let's get into this. So first of all, I think I'm just going to start off this whole thing by saying what we're about to tell you is not spoiler free, and it is an effort to probably get you to not watch the film. No offense to the director and the writer and the people that made the film. They did the best with what they had, but I don't think either one of us is going to end up recommending this. But watch it for yourself, and then if you feel it was worth your time, come back to us and let us know. But you have been warned. So the first thing I wrote here was, "Come at me, ghost."
Yeah.
Because he's got a ghost show, and it reminded me of Bobby Bottle Service from the Kroll Show, which is Nick Kroll's ghost hunting character, who wears a lot of sleeveless leather And when he goes ghost hunting with his sound guy that is deaf, there's a joke there apparently, and his partner, who's kind of also kind of. You ever seen the brothers? What's his brothers from Saturday Night Live? You know the.
Oh yeah.
They kind of remind me of that, but a little bit more.
And I eat the Roxbury guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a name, but I can't think what their name is. But it reminds me of that a little bit. Like he is just the worst ghost hunter on the planet, and he just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wrote What Happened in Lake Fear and Lake Fear 2, The Swamp, and I looked it up, and I got the basic gist of the storyline. And the movie that I'm going to recommend at the end, I'm not going to mention during the course of this review because I don't want to give that away until the end. But I have a feeling that these guys saw that particular movie or series of films and got very enamored. Inspired. And were like, yeah, we're going to make our own thing. And tried their hardest. There was a lot of audio issues. I don't know if it was the sound guy was just not knowing how to work the equipment or whether there was problems afterwards because there was a lot of ADR. There was, re-recorded dialogue, which isn't out of the question and isn't unusual.
But it didn't match the character. Like that guy in the beginning had no shirt on with like the overalls and no shoes on.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was a weird voice that they were using for him. I feel like
it didn't
like a businessman's voice.
I'm a businessman.
And he like was not dressed like a businessman. He's like smoking a cigarette and
no, he was like a little
drinking whiskey.
Boy.
Yeah.
Little David S. Pumpkins reference for you.
Toot boy.
And also they didn't match up the background sound. So there was just a lot of silence when they were talking to each other.
Yeah.
So instead of hearing crickets or footsteps or, ambient noise of some sort.
Anything.
It's just completely
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when you're talking and, just like this. There's like probably not much background noise going on.
Occasionally I'll put stuff in the background. Sometimes I'll lay down an audio track, but a lot of times I will negate that because some of the places where the show is shown, because we're on multiple networks, have to, apply copyright laws. And so I try to be wary of that. But occasionally you'll hear noise. But in this, it's a movie.
Yeah, if you're outside, you're going to hear crickets and trees and wind and, something.
Those aren't trademarked.
Yeah.
Then there was the music in it, I got to admit, was probably the best part of it. And even that was not great. The first song that really stood out was, I said Sublime made love to a butt rock band, and I called them 311 Incan Park, because it kind of felt like a new metal mixed with like 311 or Sublime. And it wasn't bad. Like we talked about it. If like 2008 Laura and Joel, or 2003 maybe even heard it, we might, not turn off the radio if it was on.
Like, all right.
It wasn't terrible.
But it wasn't great.
There was a song at the end that they used that was another song that was a little better. It was a little more consistent, but it still was odd. The Ghost Hunter, I called him the low rent Goran Visenjic. I think is how you say his name. I always say it funny because it's a strange spelling. It's probably not strange at all, and I'm insulting somebody somewhere, and I apologize. But it just, it's a unique name.
Yes.
But he looked like he was kind of like a cousin or something like that. And the big thing that I think Laura's probably going to mention, and that I'm going to mention as well, is every single scene started at a normal pace and then all of a sudden busted out into
slow motion. Every single one.
Throughout the entire film.
Slow motion.
And why do you think they did that?
I think that the movie was probably a half an hour long and they needed to stretch it out to be an hour and a half. So they just slowed down every scene because they didn't have much material to go off of, because half of their scenes were from other movies, and stuff like that. So I'm guessing they had a day to shoot this. And like, they were just like, moving right ahead, let's just make it slow, and so that way it'll stretch it out to be a feature-length movie.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
I 100% agree with that they were padding the runtime, because I think they filled it in with recycled footage, maybe for budgetary reasons, but also maybe because they were just short. Maybe they lost the footage and they couldn't afford to reshoot it. I don't know.
Then don't make it.
But it was like,
don't make it.
It's like they're like talking really fine, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and the weird part is not just that, because it wasn't like totally slow motion, but it was slower,
Yeah.
so just enough that you could tell that it wasn't the right speed. But then the weird part is there was one scene where one of the girls in the movie was talking to another guy, and you could tell that the audio had been slowed down too. So it wasn't just the motions in between the talking that was
The
slowed
audio
down.
too.
The audio got slowed down.
And it wasn't our DVD. It wasn't our copy of our DVD. The runtime was still normal. Like it was still an hour and whatever many minutes.
Yeah, it was like an hour and 20 minutes. It was a
of
little
torture.
short.
I actually wrote down this was a torture to watch.
It was a little difficult. The one thing I will give this movie is that what happens with the characters, the ones that are the bad characters, is they turn into like this.
It's almost like
demonic,
a deadite.
Kind of,
like
yeah.
they wanted it to be like a deadite.
Somewhere between a deadite and an actual.
And Remington is supposed to be like Ash. That's what it felt like. It's a demonic force. So like the demons just show up out of nowhere. There's no backstory to it. That's why I said maybe we should have watched Lake 1 or Lake Fear 1 and Lake Fear 2.
Like that opening scene in the bar.
Yeah. It just like it starts off with like these two girls. They're trying to find her sister. She's like talking to that guy at the gas station with no shirt on.
Yep.
And then she's like, "Can I give you some, flyers to pass around? Because I haven't seen my sister in 2 years." And he's like, "I usually just burn these." And she's like, "I've been trying to find my sister," like mad about it. And then she's like, "Oh, look, there's the guy from the Ghost Hunter show. I'm going to go see if he'll help."
Yep.
And then they just go to the bar.
And meanwhile, at the bar,
Remington shows up and a bunch of people turn into these deadite things.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm saying deadite, that's not what they are, but like
he's already bloody. He's clearly been involved in another, altercation with something. But like one of the patrons starts to die, and somebody comes to try and help him, and then their chest cavity opens and rips his arms off, and then he's got no arms and he's flailing about looking all weird. And then
and like his like amputated arms had no like bone or like flesh hanging out. They were just like holes. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So he has hollow arms.
And later on, when there's a similar scene with the main characters, quote unquote, one of the arms, I think it was an arm or it was a leg, I forget, grew additional appendages and started to walk around.
That's why I said I think it's supposed to be like Evil Dead.
Well,
because like when Ash's arm and hand, spoiler, sorry if you haven't seen any of the Evil Dead movies, but like when it starts to come back and like attack kind of thing, and like the main guy Remington or whatever, is his whole outfit is all bloody and like he's like missing a sleeve, so I don't know if he's supposed to look like this buff like murdery killer guy or whatever, but like that's what I mean. Like I felt like it was very like trying to be Evil Dead, and
he looked like
very 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 bad.
Your unfortunate uncle who came over to watch football.
Yeah, and like puked on himself or something.
It kind of turned into the thing when the arms grew out and they started crawling around, and there was the demons. Like I said, the one good thing that I kind of appreciated was the one blonde girl that turned into the demon. The way that her eyes glowed, and then like whenever she was about to do something bad, like her whole any part of her exposed skin kind of became translucent and lit up. And it was kind of a cool effect. That's the one positive thing I can say. Other than the music was so.
There was no reason. There was no lead up to that. Why was she looking like that? That was part of the reused footage, I think, is what you were saying, like from the other movie.
Yeah, it looked like from the screenshots from part 1, they were exactly the same. They also one of the girls got her throat ripped open, but then proceeded to just wrap it with an old shirt or something and was fine. No trouble talking, swallowing.
Fighting the good fight the entire time.
They went to some low-rent animation at some point,
right,
including cartoon noises.
Right.
And
it's like they're like, "Oh, we like Rob Zombie. Like maybe we'll do some sort of like, animation kind of thing in the middle of it."
And so Remington shows up and they go to this cabin that's in the woods that he's been to before because he recognized it, and he goes inside and they're all in there trying to hold up for the night to stay away from the evil. And he goes to the oven and pulls a gun out of the oven. I'm like, that's the best place to store a gun, in an oven.
Well, and there's like when the lady who runs the bar is like trying to like get him to not come in because she knew that there was like some evil following him around or whatever. She's like starting to fight with the blonde girl or whatever with the gun, and like she's doing this, and she like loads it like just perfectly. I'm like, and then blows her away
on accident.
Yeah. And then she blow off that other guy's head too, and that's why he has that hole in his neck. And then I called it chicken neck hose.
That's why I said, hey, don't swallow.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, 5 minutes straight of just spraying the Remington guy with a hose.
Yep.
He's just standing there, and you can tell they're just like shooting him with a hose with like junk in it, but it looks like hose water, like hose, you know, like when you're spraying somebody, and he's just standing there like, and I'm like, is this supposed to be funny?
Is it supposed to be gross? Is it?
It's not. It's not funny. It's not gross because it doesn't even look like blood. It looks like garbage water.
And he's just standing there, just kind of like.
Yeah, and like later on in the scenes, there's no dialogue. It's just like little kids playing on a playground. Do you remember those weird noises that they kept playing?
Yeah, it was strange.
I said it was like incoherent, babbling garbage, just noises just keep like playing. One scene, there was the kids doing the rhymes on a playground, and I'm like, what?
I think Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one.
Why?
Third one.
And it wasn't like creepy kids. It was just like kids on a playground. It wasn't like, we're coming to get you. They were just like, you go now. We're playing hopscotch. Like, it was just like,
but there were no kids anywhere to be seen.
No. And it's just the demon girl standing there and in slow motion for like hours. It felt like hours. I did fall asleep for like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes in the middle of the movie. And I woke up and it was still the same scene.
It was still slow motion. So we get to the end and they've fought the good fight, and like the Remington and the ghost hunter dude, or the Remington and the girl, maybe the one with the cut throat, are like standing there side by side, and they're like, I guess we got to fight the good fight. And like the kick-ass music starts, and I'm like, so okay, so these guys are like the saviors at the end, and they're leading into a sequel, because it's like, okay, these guys are the badasses that survived, and now they got to go get rid of whatever's left.
Yeah, now we fight. That's what he says at the very end. Like nothing was resolved. It just says, now we fight.
They've been kind of fighting the whole movie. And then as the credits roll, the credits start rolling, and then it cuts to a phone call because the ghost hunter guy, when he was at an appearance in this tiny town where nobody showed up, he's talking to his manager, and his manager is basically calling, trying to figure out where this guy went because he's disappeared. And the phone call is in slow motion. I'm not even kidding. Like even the phone call on the answering machine is in slow motion. So needless to say, once the credits started rolling, we're like, okay.
I was mad at this movie. I actually like kicked at the TV.
Luckily, she didn't hit the TV.
No, I kicked at it. I said it was so bad. Dumb. Made me angry. Torture to watch. Horrible acting. Slow dialogue. Slow motion. Bad effects.
So you didn't care for it, is what you're saying.
Hated it.
Hated it is what you're saying.
So should we rate it?
We probably should, because we're running out of time.
Well, kinda. Like
kinda, sorta.
So, on a scale of infinite whatevers to, I don't know, can you do like a rubber chicken or like a chicken with its head cut off without it being like actual chicken with its head cut off?
I'll figure it out. Whatever you want to do, I'll try to do.
Or like a rubber hose or something like that, spraying someone in the face. That would be amazing if you could find that.
A lot of stuff. All right.
What would you give it?
So, like I said, if we run short on time, I'll put everything in slow mo.
Yeah.
So I really didn't have to think about this too much. I ended up with a negative 13 out of 5.
I did negative 100.
Yikes. I just did 13 to be, 13.
Even. I literally wrote down negative 100 and I put out a 10, which I meant out of 5.
I mean, that's all right.
Yeah. Negative 100 people.
So in other words,
100. This is probably the worst movie I've seen.
I don't think either one of us is.
I'd rather watch that one that we hated so much. The one where the guy is like burying people in the
Borderline
cult.
Or Borderline cult?
Yes, I would rather watch Borderline cult.
Oh, anyway.
So please don't watch this. Instead, watch.
Well, you kind of already spoiled where I was headed with this. So I'm going with 1981's Evil Dead, not part 2, but the first one, because it felt very much like what they were trying to emulate, right down to the Remington's name, his outfit, the blood spraying thing that was a gag in the first and the second one and the third one. I mean, it was just a thing that they did. Everything about this just was like, we're going to be Evil Dead, but with John Woo slow-mo thrown in because we were running out of time.
The entire thing.
So if you want to see that, and a lot of people prefer Evil Dead 2, but Evil Dead 1 we saw in the theater actually, and have seen several times, and it's a much better.
The rerun. I was a wee little lass when it came out the first time.
Well, yeah, I didn't see it when it came out originally. I saw
you said we saw it in the theater, and I'm like,
It was Fathom did it. There was a Fathom event.
Yes,
for the
it was a rerun.
And anytime there's a Fathom event for something that we will really, love, we'll try and go. Like we saw The Exorcist in the theater, which was fantastic.
Yeah, as a rerun. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I was not born when it first came out. My mom saw it in the theater.
I'm not surprised. Your mom's got good taste.
Yeah.
All right. So
what are we watching next week? Oh, I'm blowing this.
Oh.
Blowing it up.
So next week, this is from 2006. It is the second one on the back.
Creature Collection. Oh, it's from the Snow Creature thing. It's the second one on the back. Which one?
So the one underneath the She Beast, which was the first one we watched.
Curse of the Wolf.
Curse of the Wolf from 2006.
All right. Dakota, a young werewolf, has finally learned to control her nighttime transformations and escapes to the city to start a new life. But her pack won't let her go without a final vicious battle.
Sounds like Twilight meets Sex in the City or something.
It does. That's a good, astute observation.
I'm hoping for something decent, but what I did when I was writing my notes up for it, I'm not sure what we're going to get, to be honest, because the She Beast was at least entertaining.
It was entertaining. It was much better than Lake Fear 3, The Dummening. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we appreciate you, and we hope that you have a phenomenal new year, and that 2025 is better than 2024 if you had a bad year. And if you had a great year in 2024, I hope 2025 is even better. Until next week.
Oh, right. Keep it cheap and creepy and stay out of Lake Fear at all costs.
All right. Bye.
Go look after your mother and sister. Where are you going? We're going to finish this.